Morning, Woke fam. Scott here from Woke Societies. Today, I want to look at Candace Owens' latest claims about Egyptian planes crossing over Erika Kirk's flight paths within the last few months, and actually really look into these claims and dig into Candace's claims, her research, and what she actually is putting out there. It's no secret I've been calling out Candace Owens, not just recently, but for months since all this has gone down. And I've been asking the people that buy into her research and her takes, have you actually looked into what she has claimed and what her her sources are claiming as well? So this morning we actually did that. I'm going to show you exactly what we found here, and would not be surprised that nothing is out of the ordinary. Here is the log list here of the flight logs of the SU-BTT and the SU-BND, which are both Egyptian jets. And out of all these that are probably the most prominent of the locations are Kansas. Kansas is the state that these planes have been going to the most. And what I want people to really look at here on this one aisle here, it says overlap window. Okay. And when you look at the overlap window, it's not 5 hours. It's not 2 hours. It's not a day. It's not 2 days. It's actually 3 days. Okay. And what does that mean? That's saying within 3 days that Erika and her plane were within a location of these Egyptian planes, which really, in my mind, describes absolutely nothing. Erika could literally be leaving a state and for 1 day, and this Egyptian plane could be flying in literally 2 days later, have nothing to do with Erika's plane, and she's counting that as an overlap or an intersection. Okay, and what I want to get into here really is, why would these planes be around these areas, around these states in the first place, supposedly around Erika? Well, let's take a look here. From Lane Kendall, Candace's report that, quote, changed the world included some conspicuous omissions. Let's talk about it. Yesterday in her show, Candace showed her audience a spreadsheet depicting what she claimed were 73 instances when one of two Egyptian planes, SU-BTT and SU-BND, were in geographical proximity with Erika Kirk from 2023 to 2025. For brevity, let's focus on SU-BTT, the Egyptian-owned Dassault Falcon 7X. In her rambling, Candace mentions that the plane's destinations that coincide with Erika's proximity were concentrated in 5 states, those states being Missouri, Delaware, Utah, Nebraska, and Kansas. Focusing on Candace, her spreadsheet indicated that Dassault jet in question made no fewer than 8 stops in Wichita. Now, for anyone that knows anything about Wichita, this actually makes perfect sense. Wichita is known as the air capital of the world because of large concentration aviation-related industry. That's Textron, Spirit, Collins, Aerospace, Yingling, etc. Wichita is also a hub where jet owners to go perform routine FFA Part 145 maintenance. For example, Yingling Aviation, located on Wichita's Eisenhower Airport, recently opened a new bay that serves certain models of Dassault jets. Therefore, it would not be the least bit out of the ordinary for the owner of the plane in question to make routine stops in Wichita to receive modifications or maintenance from any one of the Wichita-based aviation companies. And furthermore, Dassault has maintained working relationships with Wichita State University since 2015. The fact that Candace either omitted this basic explainer or had no insight to look into it in the first place, it's quite indicative of the level of, quote, research she brings to her program. Was Erika even in or around Kansas at the same time as the Dassault question? Who knows? And that is why I'm saying, guys, this overlap of a 3-day window, nobody can know. Nobody knows. It's horrible evidence. If you want to even call it that, it's a joke to even call it evidence at this point. And we've been saying this for a while. She's writing a manufactured soap opera and nothing more. So we are actually looking into why these planes were around this area. Why would they be flying to Kansas, Wichita, and giving a 3-day window if this was even around Erika at any point? And just looking this up, yes, Dassault Systems, they have a station here right out in Wichita. This is 1845 Fairmont, Wichita, Kansas, United States 67260. All this stuff can be found online. It's super easy, and FFA approves more aircraft for Air Capital Interiors to work on. These are one of the high-end FFA or FAA hubs where if you need maintenance, you need modifications, whatever it is for these planes, this is a global center for that. So these planes going in and out of these areas at this time, it's not anything suspicious. It's not anything conspiratorial. It adds up perfectly. All right. And here it is from Wichita State University. The 3D Experience Center, a partnership with Dassault Systems, involves an interconnected community of top researchers, corporations, and laboratories to accelerate innovation. The 22,000 square foot facility at Wichita State University offers the expertise and technology for companies to accelerate their innovation. Aerospace and other industries can target improvements from concept to production and extend to operations, all while facilitating certification. The 3D Experience Center enables companies to engage in advanced product development and the manufacturing of next-generation materials and technology. So we've established that they have a global center here. This has been a relationship established for at least almost 10 years at this point. And the crazy thing is, and what you're seeing these wine mom conspirators out here putting out that, oh my God, this is solid evidence. This means everything. And it means absolutely nothing. And this is the type of crap that we've been calling out for a long time. And I've been trying to convey to anyone out there that's listening. You're being duped. You're being duped, and you're going to get rug pulled on all this. And it's not helping anybody. This is what I'm talking about. Here's an account, Mel. Village Crazy Lady said, I asked Grok what was the probability of these Egyptian planes intersecting with Erika's 72 times in a 44-month time period. Grok says daily coincidence probability, 0.00028. So way less than 1%, right? And anyone that would just look at this just on the surface, they'll be like, oh my God, that's crazy. That means there must be something here, right? Random coincidence is not a credible explanation. Well, this is the problem with what people are doing and taking Candace Owens' information at face value. And when you actually break this down in a way that you would actually get an accurate hit on the probability of what these numbers would actually look like, let's look at someone that's been in programming for a very long time and also runs data systems and data sets. From Enon Moose. This number doesn't mean what you think it means. If you want to talk about probability, you need at minimum a complete flight log for both Egyptian planes, which was never provided. A complete travel log for Erika, which was never provided. A precise definition of intersection. Is it within a mile? Is it within 5 miles, 10 miles, 20 miles? It's never given. It's just out there for you to guess. A model describing what random travel looks like. The total number of non-intersections. Exact time windows, same hour, same day, plus or minus 3 days. Was it the same state? There is no timestamps on any of these flight logs. Zero. There's no way to verify any of this. And none of that is provided in the spreadsheet or in Grok's answer. You're feeding Grok a pre-filtered list of 72 hits and then asking it the probability of those 72 filtered hits being hits. This is pure post hoc reasoning. It's not data science or anything even close to it. Here are the basic problems. What's intersecting? Being in the same state within plus minus 3 days, a 7-day window plus state level matching is so loose that dozens of overlaps are expected for two parties who both travel in the same handful of states from Arizona, Utah, Kansas, Missouri, Nevada, and Delaware. This is not tracking. You did not include all flights. If you don't show the plane's full itineraries, their overlap rate is impossible to evaluate because you're only cherry picking 72 times. And what about the other times? It's not provided. Cherry picking the hits and hiding the misses invalidates every probability calculation. 3, you didn't include all of Erika's travel. If Erika traveled 150 times in 44 months and only 70 of those have loose state level plus or minus day overlap, the probability becomes trivial. It's not shocking and it's not a story. Timing is ignored. If Erika was in Missouri on the 10th and the plane landed on the 13th, you count that as an intersection even if she was already gone. And this is the big thing, guys. That's why when I look at the spreadsheet and laugh, plus or minus 3 days, she could be in Missouri on the 10th, had already left, and the Egyptian plane flies in the 13th. She's nowhere to be found, and that counts as one of Candace Owens' intersections. This is a joke. Within in and out timestamps, you cannot call these crossings, period. Without full data, the daily coincidence probability is meaningless. A real model requires knowing the total of opportunities for overlap. You provided only the successes. That's like listing every time you won at roulette and asking AI, what's the probability I win this often? The answer is guaranteed to look spooky because you remove the losing spins. The burden of proof is on the person claiming a clandestine foreign intelligence operation, not on everyone else to accept state-level plus or minus 3-day coincidence as evidence. The short version, your data set is incomplete, your overlap definition is too fuzzy to have statistical meaning, your misses are hidden, your timeline doesn't include actual temporal overlap, and the model Grok used is based entirely on the cherry-picked subset you fed it. The probability claim collapses the moment you try to formalize it. If you want to do real statistics, publish the full flight logs, Erika's full travel logs, exact timestamps, a precise definition of intersection, all the places where there was no overlap. Until then, random coincidence is not credible, isn't a conclusion. This is conspiracy propaganda. And fam, this is why I have been screaming from the rooftops to stop buying into this crap. It is absolutely wine mom, conspiratard propaganda garbage. It's absolutely nothing. And fam, she's putting this out to millions of people, okay? I wouldn't even put this type of stuff out on my own show to the 500 to 700 people that watch me on a daily basis because it's just crazy and retarded. There's nothing there. And the big thing is that I find ironic about all this, when Tyler Robinson's original text messages came out, when they were released by authorities, what was Candace Owens first saying about the entire thing? Well, this is all fishy. They altered it because why? There's no timestamps on the text messages. Well, Candace, there's no timestamps on your spreadsheet, which again, I could do this all day, ladies and gentlemen, all day long. And I'm not trying to convince you one way or the other. I'm just pointing out what's obvious with literally 10 minutes of research and digging into her claims and looking into it and finding out this is not evidence of anything. And here, this was back in September 16th of 2025. And this is the same account, Village Crazy Lady. How crazy. They share each other's stuff. I think they swept the area. There's a squad park there. And here's Tyler Robinson's text messages. There's no timestamps. And she said exactly what I said on the show today. They're not showing timestamps for a reason. There's a lot wrong with this conversation. We need more transparency. Oh, the irony. And because people are calling this out and simply pointing out simple facts about her claims, people like Steven Crowder, she is now calling deep state. And I'm telling you, you cannot make this up.
Because after hiding it for years, I need to complain. I've been outed. If you haven't heard the news about me, just watch this clip, and to my everlasting shame, you'll understand.
I had to learn at a very young age to read people. I think that's my superpower, actually. Just being able to look at someone and sense danger or sense deceit. And by the way, I should mention with Steven Crowder, I have never been a fan. He just always gave me the energy of a pathological liar. I trust my gut. I don't trust influencer campaigns. My gut started to tell me that they suddenly began panicking when I discovered the Egyptian planes. They did what we now term a pre-bunking, and then they send out like a full fleet against you to not even actually debunk you, but they're just so extreme in not debunking you.
Like using
they
their gut?
sent undercover operatives to sign up for my private book club that I kept on Tuesday. They took out a clip of that book club, from that book club, and accused me of accusing Erika of murdering her husband. I mean, they manufactured that claim out of thin air, and then they made it go viral. They sent it out to all the right people, Steven Crowder, right?
I got that
Because
email.
I said he was betrayed by everyone. Obviously, what I meant was Erika Kirk murdered her husband. And this was all happening because I mentioned the Egyptian plane. I am certain. I am telling you this information has been completely verified. I am showing you this on a spreadsheet. Now, these are all the instances in which this plane, 68 instances that this plane crossed with Erika.
Okay. The Egyptian plane. I can spend a lot of time. No, Wichita, Kansas, by the way, is listed no less than 8 times as a destination on that spreadsheet for the plane SUBTT. It's an Egyptian-owned Dassault Falcon 7X. And just so you know, Wichita is like one of those primary, it's like a global hub in certified FAA service centers. And Dassault has had Wichita State University, a partnership with them since 2015. And this, what she just showed you would be very much in line with basic service maintenance repairs. And of course, Candace, with the initial story, missed the time of the flight of departure from Provo by about 6 hours, confused coordinated universal time with Utah time. So none of this spreadsheet does zero to substantiate Erika's whereabouts.
So, guys, I'm just trying to help everyone that I can because I know a ton of people are watching her, consuming her, and I just it's just so obvious to me what's going on with all this, and I'm just trying to save you all from the rug pull and giving you honest, solid information. So if I could do this all day, guys, if I have to make a series of debunking her claims, I will. And we're going to find out the truth at some point. And that will be that. So, guys, we'll be live tonight at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time for the 1000th show of my stream. And we'll be seeing you guys over on Pill.net, YouTube, everywhere. So please like, share, subscribe. If you like the content, leave a comment. It's everything for YouTube. And I will see you guys all tonight, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, stay safe, stay strong, stay woke. Goodbye, friends.